horrible attack. Ukrainian FPV drones used cluster munitions brutally knocked out Russian soldiers. In early October, Russian regiments and brigades in western Russia's Kursk Oblast launched a powerful offensive aimed at eliminating the 250 square mile salient that Ukrainian forces carved out of the oblast in early August. Incredibly, the outgunned Ukrainian brigades in Kursk aren't just holding, they managed to organize a counterattack on Wednesday. Tanks and other forces from no fewer than 3 units, the 17th Heavy Mechanized Brigade, 21st Mechanized Brigade, and 80th Air Assault Brigade, reportedly advanced into the southern outskirts of Derino, a hamlet in the no man's land on the southwestern edge of the salient. Apparently redeploying from its previous position around Novi Put, 25 miles to the west, the 21st Mechanized Brigade rolled at least one of its few remaining German-made Leopard 2A6 tanks into Derino. Ex-Soviet T-64s or T-72s from the recently reorganized 17th Heavy Mechanized Brigade joined the attack. Russian drones swooped down, damaging at least one tank from each brigade. The crew of the Leopard 2A6 was observed bailing out of the burning vehicle. Firing back, the Ukrainian 80th Air Assault Brigade knocked out at least 2 Russian BMD fighting vehicles, apparently from the 83rd Air Assault Brigade. Derino lies along the right flank of the Russian force, a quartet of airborne and marine regiments and brigades, sustaining the main thrust of the Russian offensive in Kursk. Shrugging off serious losses, the Russians have been sending assault group after assault group along the road through Zeleny Shilak, 4 miles north of Derino. Water obstacles stretching between Derino and Zeleny Shilak limit the Russian space for maneuver. If the Ukrainians can hold Derino, they could close off secondary assault lanes for the attacking Russians and further channel them into the kill zone around Zeleny Shilak. It's important not to overstate the scale of the Ukrainian assault on Wednesday. Elements of 3 brigades advanced at most just a few thousand feet and may not have stayed. That the Ukrainians were able to counterattack at all is remarkable, however. Overall, Ukrainian troops are outnumbered 3-1 in Kursk. That's not an unfavorable ratio as long as the Ukrainians are defending from fortified positions and the Russians are attacking along open ground. In shifting to the attack, even briefly and on a small scale, Ukrainian forces rolled the dice. If it's true they advanced into Derino and remained there, their gamble may have paid off. Ukrainian troops have successfully repelled at least 2 Russian assaults in the Kurykov sector of the Donetsk region in recent days, according to a report from the Kortitsia Operational Strategic Group on Telegram. On the morning of Tuesday, Deck 3, the group reported that Ukrainian paratroopers had thwarted a Russian assault, neutralizing 4 infantry fighting vehicles BMP. The enemy deployed a column of armored vehicles to storm the positions of the defenders from the Jaeger Brigade, the report said. The 71st Separate Jaeger Brigade released a video, which Kyiv Post could not independently verify, showing the assault and the subsequent Ukrainian counterattack. Thanks to coordinated efforts between UAV pilots and artillery units, the movement of Russian military equipment was halted. The result of the operation, 4 enemy combat vehicles were destroyed and damaged, the report added. Later on Deck 3, the Kortitsia group reported that Ukrainian Marines not only obliterated the armored column, but also eliminated Russian infantry, although the exact number of casualties was not specified. The 37th Separate Marine Brigade published footage showing Ukrainian artillery and strike drones targeting Russian troops. The Marines destroyed a column that included a tank, armored combat vehicles, and additional BMPs. Through a combination of drone attacks and artillery strikes, Ukrainian forces were able to neutralize the remaining infantry attempting to storm Ukrainian positions. Russian forces are focusing on capturing Kursk, a frontline town in the Donetsk region, and the nearby Kursk reservoir to establish a bridgehead for an assault on Pokrovsk. Ivan Tomochko, head of the Council of Reservists of the Land Forces of Ukraine, told Espresso on Deck 3 that Russian troops aim to block the Zaporizhia-Donetsk supply route, a key logistical lifeline for Ukrainian forces in Kursk. Heavy, bloody battles are expected in this sector, Tomochko said. An anonymous source in Ukraine's defense forces told Kyiv Post on November 19 that Russian troops were trying to encircle Kursk by cutting off its supply chain along the Kostiantynopil-Kursk road. Fighting is ongoing within Kursk. The central part of the city is under enemy fire control, the source revealed.